I've always wanted a Barracuda since I was a little kid.
David Semanoff of Naugatuck, Connecticut, got his first ride in a Plymouth Barracuda at a young age from an uncle and has owned a 1967 fastback model since 2007.
I was like 5 years old, and he took me for a nice spirited ride, and ever since then, I had to have a Barracuda.
He found the Cuda in Pennsylvania.
It was in rough shape. The quarters were rusty. The motor was beat. It was just in bad shape. But I just wanted it as like a kick around car, like just to have a nice old car to drive around.
A year passed before he considered restoring it.
One day my brother was talking to me and he was like, for a little bit of money, we could change this car completely around. And the job I was doing, I couldn't afford to do that. So he ended up getting me a second job.
But it was necessary given the condition of the Barracuda upon purchase.
It was one of those temperamental, you had to do all kinds of crazy things to get it going, and yeah, it was bad. And every time my brother was with me, it would break down and he'd be like, well, we could do this, this, and this. And it ended up being something that cost a lot of money, and it just turned into more money to do this, more money to do that, and that's how it ended up being what it is. We started with the motor, did the rear end, did the transmission, and then the bodywork I actually did later. The reason why I painted it orange was because I was a big Dukes of Hazzard fan, and I wanted to paint it the same color that the General Lee was.
Plymouth only built the Barracuda for 10 years, 1964 into 1974. There were 3 generations, and this 1967 is an example of the first year of the second generation. Semanoff's Barracuda is powered by a transplanted 360 cubic inch V8 engine.
It drives nice. It's quick. It's snappy. If you get in it, it'll roast the tires right down the road. I try not to do that anymore because I don't know the neighbors like I used to.
Just how much he's invested into the Barracuda, which is still a work in progress after 17 years, hasn't been tabulated.
Oh, I could never tell you. I don't have a clue because if I did, I'd probably cry. It's like I said, it's never done. I'm always working something on it. Like I'm constantly trying to do it better and better and better.
One thing is for certain.
But I'll never get rid of this thing. I love this car.
That's Ride Connecticut. I'm Bud Wilkinson. And if you enjoyed this story, please click and subscribe to Ride Connecticut's YouTube channel.